Hey, frequent flyers and travel newbies. Ever seen someone make a total fool of themselves on a plane? You know, the kind of scene that makes you want to disappear into your seat cushion? Well, buckle up because today, we're diving into the top 9 ways people embarrass themselves at 30,000 feet. Trust me, you don't want to be that person. The one everyone remembers for all the wrong reasons. So, sit back, relax, and let's have a laugh at the expense of others, while secretly being thankful it wasn't us this time. Alright, let's address the elephant in the pressurized cabin: alcohol. We've all been there, that moment when the drink cart rolls by and you think, one little vodka soda won't hurt. But for some, that one drink turns into a 5-drink minimum, and suddenly they're starring in their own in-flight reality show. We're talking singing karaoke at the top of their lungs, confessing their undying love to the terrified passenger next to them, or even attempting to breakdance in the aisle. Newsflash: turbulence and tequila don't mix. So, next time you're tempted to join the Mile High Cocktail Club, remember this. What happens at 30,000 feet doesn't always stay at 30,000 feet. And trust me, the only thing worse than a hangover is a hangover with a side of viral infamy. Okay folks, let's talk about something truly terrifying: exposed feet on planes. I don't care if you just got a pedicure or your dogs are barking, keeping your shoes on is a non-negotiable part of the social contract we all signed when we boarded this flying tin can. There's nothing quite like the horror of glancing over and seeing someone's bare toes wiggling around near your armrest. It's like a scene out of a horror movie, only instead of a creepy crawly, it's someone's sweaty foot. And don't even get me started on the people who use their bare feet to operate the touchscreen entertainment system. It's like they think they're living in some kind of foot-controlled utopia, but the rest of us are just grossed out. So please, for the love of all that is holy, keep your shoes on. Your fellow passengers will thank you. You know, they say sharing is caring, but on a plane, some things are better left unsaid. We've all been subjected to that one passenger who treats the entire cabin like their own personal therapy session. They'll spill the beans on their relationship drama, their latest medical diagnosis, or even their most embarrassing childhood memories, all while you're trapped in a metal tube hurtling through the air. And don't even get me started on the people who insist on having loud, personal phone conversations. It's like they think the invention of headphones somehow skipped over them. Newsflash: nobody wants to hear about your Aunt Carol's bunions or your latest business deal while they're trying to enjoy their complimentary pretzels. So, next time you're tempted to overshare, just remember, silence is golden, especially at 30,000 feet. Chapter 4: The Turbulence Tango, a Symphony of Screams. Ah, turbulence, the ultimate test of your composure and your ability to hold on to your ginger ale. For some, a little bump in the air is no big deal, but for others, it's a full-blown existential crisis. We're talking white-knuckled grip on the armrests, blood-curdling screams that could shatter glass, and desperate prayers whispered under their breath. And then there are the people who take it upon themselves to become everyone's emotional support animal. They'll grab onto your arm, offer unsolicited advice on how to survive a plane crash, or even launch into a detailed account of every near-death experience they've ever had. Look, I get it. Turbulence can be scary. But let's try to keep our cool, shall we? Remember, panicking won't stop the plane from shaking, but it might just make you the most memorable passenger on board. Chapter 5. Love is in the air, and it's super awkward. Okay, let's talk about the birds and the bees, or rather the awkward attempts at romance that seem to plague every flight. It's like a rom-com, but with more turbulence and less charm. We've all witnessed that one passenger who mistakes a shared bag of peanuts for a love connection. They think, hey, we both like salted snacks, this must be fate. They'll shower the flight attendant with compliments, try to engage in deep philosophical conversations about the meaning of life, and maybe even ask about their favorite travel destinations, or even attempt to slip them their number on a cocktail napkin. It's like a scene straight out of a cheesy movie, but with more recycled air. And then there are the passengers who set their sights on their fellow travelers. They think, we're both stuck here for the next few hours, why not make a connection? They'll try to strike up conversations, offer to share their headphones and bond over their mutual dislike of airplane food, or even attempt to engage in some light in-flight flirting. A smile here, a joke there, and suddenly they think they're in a high-altitude dating show. Newsflash: a cramped airplane cabin is not the place to find your soulmate. The lack of legroom and the constant hum of the engines aren't exactly conducive to romance. So, next time you're tempted to shoot your shot at 30,000 feet, maybe think twice. The odds are not in your favor. Just remember, love may be in the air, but so is the faint scent of jet fuel and desperation, and trust me, that's not a good combination for romance. Chapter 6. The in-flight entertainment you didn't ask for. Let's be real, the in-flight entertainment system is a godsend. But there's a special place in airplane hell for people who forget their headphones. We're talking blasting their music so loud the entire cabin can hear every word, watching movies with the volume cranked up to 11, or even playing games with the sound effects turned all the way up. And then there are the people who seem to think that airplane mode is just a suggestion. They'll scroll through their social media feeds with reckless abandon, completely oblivious to the fact that everyone around them can see their screen. Look, I get it, you're bored, but trust me, nobody wants to be subjected to your questionable taste in music or your aunt's endless vacation photos. So do us all a favor and pack those headphones. Chapter 7, The Seat Upgrade Showdown, A Tale of Two Passengers. We've all dreamt of it, that magical moment when you board the plane and realize you've been upgraded to first class. The plush seats, the extra legroom, the gourmet meals, it's the stuff of travel fantasies. But there's a special kind of shame reserved for people who try to sneak their way into a better seat. The ones who think they can outsmart the system and slip into first class unnoticed. We're talking casually strolling past the flight attendants and pretending they belong in the premium cabin, as if their mere confidence will grant them access to luxury. Some go as far as trying to convince the gate agent that they have a medical condition that requires extra legroom, spinning tales of discomfort and necessity, or even attempting to bribe their way into a better seat with a handful of frequent flyer miles, hoping that a little extra incentive will do the trick. And then there are the couples who think that the cramped airplane lavatory is the perfect place for a romantic rendezvous. They sneak in, thinking they're being discreet. Newsflash, the Mile High Club is a myth, a fantasy perpetuated by movies and urban legends. And even if it wasn't, the cramped, germ-infested bathroom of a plane is the last place you want to get caught trying to join. It's neither romantic nor hygienic. So, next time you're tempted to upgrade yourself without permission, just remember, honesty is the best policy. The allure of first class might be strong, but the consequences of getting caught are far from glamorous, especially when you're flying the not-so-friendly skies. It's always better to play by the rules and enjoy your journey with peace of mind, knowing you did the right thing. Chapter 8, The Hangry Flyer, When Food Becomes a Contact Sport. Let's face it, airplane food isn't exactly known for its culinary excellence. It's often the butt of jokes, with its tiny portions and questionable taste. But there's a special kind of passenger who takes their mealtime grievances to a whole new level. These are the folks who turn a simple meal service into a dramatic event. We're talking about those who complain loudly about the lack of vegetarian options, as if the flight attendant can magically conjure up a gourmet meal at 30,000 feet. Demanding to speak to the manager because they received the wrong soda, as if the fate of their entire journey hinges on that one beverage. Or even throwing a tantrum because their pretzels were broken. Yes, broken pretzels can apparently ruin a flight for some. And then there are the people who seem to think that the airplane aisle is their own personal buffet line. They treat it like a stroll through a snack-filled wonderland. They'll constantly get up to grab snacks, disrupting everyone around them, rummage through the overhead bins for their own stash of goodies, as if they're on a treasure hunt, or even try to steal food from their unsuspecting seatmates. Yes, some people actually stoop that low. Look, I get it. We've all been hangry before. Hunger can make us do crazy things. But let's try to keep our cool, shall we? A little self-control goes a long way in making the flight pleasant for everyone. Remember, a little patience and a granola bar can go a long way. So next time, pack a snack, take a deep breath, and enjoy the journey. Chapter 9, The Sleeping Beauty and the Beast of Seat 23A. Ah, sleep, the elusive siren song that calls to us all, especially during a long flight. But there's a fine line between catching some shut-eye and becoming a human pretzel in the sky. We're talking contorting their bodies into impossible positions, using their seatmates as pillows, or even snoring so loudly it sounds like a chainsaw is loose in the cabin. And then, there are the people who seem to think that personal space is a foreign concept. They'll sprawl out across their seats, hog the armrests, or even accidentally or intentionally touch their seatmates in their sleep. Look, I get it. Sleep is precious. But let's try to be a little more self-aware, shall we? Remember, just because you're comfortable doesn't mean everyone else is. Outro landing safely and not on a viral video. So there you have it. 9 hilarious ways people embarrass themselves on planes. Remember, air travel can be stressful, but let's try to keep our cool, be respectful of those around us, and avoid becoming the star of the next viral airplane meltdown video. If you're all about smart travel, real stories, and avoiding embarrassing mistakes at 30,000 feet, this is your channel. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a flight tip that could save your trip. Like this video if you've ever seen travel drama unfold, and share it with your favorite travel buddy, because no one wants to go viral for the wrong reasons.